Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 26 of the challenge. So we're going to fire it up this Friday, not just because I'm freezing here. 7 a.m. in Tasmania is pretty frosty still. So let's ground down so we can get started. Closing our eyes and just noticing our breath, scanning our body, seeing whether there's any tension. And just trying to give yourself this moment of presence to be here in the now. We'll begin our practice by chanting Om. So bring the hands to heart center, palms together, closing the eyes down. Take a deep inhale. Om. We pay our respects to Indigenous leaders, past, emerging, and present. We give thanks to the sages, the rishis, and the yogis who came before us to share this knowledge of yoga. And we give thanks to our higher God, our divine Mother Earth, nature, or our own highest consciousness, whatever you want to call it, for bringing you safely to your mat today. So we're just going to go through some nice, flowy, connected movements first, just connecting to the mind, to the breath, and the breath to the body. So scooping the arms all the way up, inhaling the energy up, and exhaling, bringing it through the center. Arms inhaling all the way up, and exhaling down. Just continue to do this at your own pace. One more here. As you exhale the hands down, you're going to interlace the fingers, pushing the palms out to the front, and inhaling the hands all the way up, opening up the chest, the shoulders. Nice deep breath in here, and exhaling down, interlacing the hands behind the back, pressing the knuckles all the way to the back room, opening up the chest, opening up the throat, and exhaling forward. Gently releasing the hands down, coming back up, and hands coming back to breath. Go through a couple more cycles of that, inhaling all the way up and out, exhaling down through the center, interlacing the knuckles, inhaling, pushing them out, holding it here to exhale, and inhaling the hands all the way up, exhaling down, interlacing the knuckles behind, sending it all the way to the room, inhaling, opening up the chest, sending the head back, maybe a little bit of a back bend, and exhaling back around. One more time, inhaling, scooping up, exhaling down through center, interlacing the hands, pushing them out, and inhaling up, exhaling down, interlacing, push back, turn around to the center. Beautiful. So coming onto our hands and our knees, we're going to do a new asana or a pranayama that I haven't shown you before, and it's called lion's breath. So you're going to send the knees out, hip width apart, take the hands and point the fingers towards the knees. So you're opening up these wrists as well. And you're going to kind of rock back and forth. So it's like those easy wrist warm-ups we've done before. But as you rock back, you're going to inhale really, really deeply into all of the diaphragm, getting as much breath in. And as you exhale, sending your tongue out of the mouth as well. So you're arching your back. This is called lion's breath. So inhaling as much again. One more. Beautiful. Bring the hands back to the center. And then sitting back on our knees, maybe rolling the wrists out in one direction, the other, giving them a nice shake. So now we're going to do our heating practice. So our Bhastrika and our Kapalabhati. So maybe sitting on your knees for this one, just because it kind of gives you a little bit more space in the diaphragm and the belly. Rolling the shoulders up, down and back. And we're going to do our cleansing breath first. So that was when so we're going to do 10 of those at your own pace, your own time. And then just coming back to rest the hands on top of the thighs. Noticing if you're feeling that heat build already. And this can sometimes make people a little bit lightheaded, and if you're one of them, maybe just pull it back to 5 breaths. Or just sit in your hero's position, concentrating on your breath. You don't want to get dizzy. So we'll do another round when you're ready. And coming back to seat. One last round here. I want you to really concentrating on pulling that air out. So you're really pulling the arms into it as well. Last round of 10. And returning to your seat. So really clearing out the cobwebs this morning, getting nice and fired up. Our next round is going to be our Kapalabhati. So where we're just pushing that breath out and the body's automatically sipping air in. Again, contraindications of this one, if you've got a bad back or you're feeling the pressure in your back from doing that pumping action, maybe just sit this one out. Just be really mindful of everything in your body this morning. So when you're ready, we'll do 10 rounds, holding your hand on your belly if you like. When you're ready. And return into your seat. So just a reminder, you're just pushing that breath out. You're not inhaling. Your body will naturally do that anyway. Move up to 15 breaths. Inhaling here. And go. And then returning to your regular breath. Just noticing if you're already feeling a little bit warmer this morning. And we'll do one last round of 20 breaths. So inhaling here. And returning. Beautiful. Inhaling the hands all the way up. Exhaling through the center. And slowly finding your way into your tabletop. So planting the hands, planting the knees and the feet. Nice, strong core here, navel to spine. We're going to inhale, sending that right leg back and left arm forward. Just feeling that heat build here, turning the core on. Trying to keep your hips in line, shoulders in line. Maybe lifting that back foot up a little bit more, reaching that left hand forward even more. And exhaling down. Now the other side. Inhaling, right arm up, left leg back. One straight line of energy. You can either have the toes pointed down or pointing out. Turning that core on, nice and strong here. And exhaling back. One more round. Inhaling, right leg back, left arm up. Maybe embracing the shakes if you've got them in your core. One more breath here. And exhaling down. Inhaling, right arm back, right arm up, left leg back. Pushing into that hand, keeping your chest raised. And exhaling down. And we're just going to find our hip circles. Inhaling all the way up and around. Exhaling back. Getting into the spine here. Into the hips, into the knees. And sending it back the other way. Inhaling up and around. And exhaling down and back. Gently coming to stillness. When you're ready, we're going to tuck the toes and just gently find our hovering tabletop. So taking the knees up off the mat just about an inch. Making sure that the shoulders are over wrists, a slight bend in the elbows. You don't want to be locking them here. Nice deep breath in and exhale the hips back. It's our first down dog in a couple of days. So just taking it nice and easy here, walking the dog, bending one leg, then the other. And then gently finding stillness, pushing the chest towards the thighs. Taking some nice deep breaths in. And when you're ready, gently walking to the top of your mat, taking as many steps as you can until the feet meet the hands and you come to your forward fold. So nodding the head yes, shaking it no, maybe grabbing the opposite elbows, bouncing up and down, going side to side. until you're finding stillness again. And gently releasing the hands and inhaling up vertebrae by vertebrae till the shoulders are up, back and down. We'll move into our sun salutations this morning. So inhaling the hands all the way up. And exhale, swan diving forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Nice straight spine here. And exhaling down, stepping that right foot back. Dropping the knee. And inhaling up for our crescent. Holding it here for the breath in and out. Inhaling nice and tall. Then exhale, framing that foot, tucking the back toes, and stepping the front foot back to meet the left. Inhaling through to our plank. Dropping to the knees first, and exhaling all the way down to the mat. Inhaling up for our baby cobra. And exhaling down, tucking the toes, making our way back, downward facing dog. Inhaling that left leg all the way up, three-legged dog, then stepping it through between the hands. Finding that low lunge again, inhaling up. Exhaling, framing that foot, and stepping the right foot up to meet the left. Hanging here for your forward fold. Maybe hands wrap around the calves, pulling you even closer to the legs. Then releasing the hands and circle sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhaling down through the center. Inhaling the hands up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And then exhaling, stepping that left foot back, dropping the knee, and inhaling all the way up for that low lunge. Staying here for a couple of breaths for this first hip opener. Inhaling, and then exhaling, framing that foot, stepping the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Inhaling through to plank. Exhaling down to your chaturanga, either on your knees or just one straight line. Flipping the feet and inhaling up to baby cobra or upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, exhaling, sending the feet back. Hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhaling that right foot all the way up, three-legged dog. Inhaling it through the center, stepping it between the hands. And finding our low lunge. Inhaling the hands up. And exhaling down. That left foot steps up to meet the right. Hanging here for our forward fold. Again, maybe wrapping the hands around, pulling ourselves even closer to the legs. Then inhaling, circle sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale down through center. Nice work. Just standing in our Tadasana, getting our breath back. Noticing how the body feels after that first round of sun salutations after a couple of days. Feeling nice and grounded. And we'll go through another round, getting a little bit quicker and just really concentrating on every inhale and exhale is with the movement. So inhaling the hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, dropping the knee, and inhaling up for our low lunge. Exhale, framing that foot, stepping the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. We inhale through to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips go back. Downward facing dog. We inhale the left leg all the way to the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, bring it through the center, stepping it down, dropping that back knee. And inhaling up to rise. Exhale, those hands come down. We bring that right foot up to meet the left and hang in our forward fold. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, through the center. Inhale the hands all the way up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping the left foot back, dropping the knee, and inhaling up for a low lunge. Exhaling down to frame the foot, and stepping that foot back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, waving through to plank. Exhaling to chaturanga. Upward facing dog on the inhale. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Inhaling that right foot up and back. And then exhaling it through the center, stepping that foot down, dropping that knee. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, stepping forward. And exhaling to release to forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, back through center. Good work. Told you it would be a fired up Friday. Sun salutations, the best warm up you can do. Inhaling the hands all the way up and exhaling them through to heart center. This time we're going to lift that right knee. We're going to exhale, stepping it back, finding our high lunge, bending into that left leg, and inhaling those hands up to prayer. Exhaling into that leg a little bit more. Inhaling here. And then exhale, you're going to drop the left hand behind you, right hand in front, finding this beautiful twist here. So really twisting through that mid body, trying to look over the left hand. Nice big inhale here. And then if you can, bringing that hand down as you raise the right, finding our exalted warrior. So still keeping as much twist as you can, just opening up that front body as well. Exhaling back. And inhaling back to the front. Exhaling, hands step together, or hands come together, and then the feet step up to the front. Inhaling, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. And then stepping or jumping back to a downward facing dog. And then flow through to vinyasa. Or just meet us in downward dog. Looking between the hands, bending the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat. Finding a forward fold. Inhaling, circle, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Deep breath in here to recalibrate. Inhaling, hands up. And exhaling through to heart center. This time we lift the left knee. Exhaling, stepping back, finding our high lunge. So nice and controlled. Finding our balance here. And inhaling those hands up. Nice deep breaths here. Nice bend in that right knee. Navel to spine. Feeling strong. One more inhale. Then you want to exhale the left hand forward, right arm back. Finding that twist. See if you can look over the right hand towards the back of the room. We're going to inhale the left hand up, right hand up, finding the thigh. Exalted warrior. Feeling the heat build in those legs. And then exhale back to the twist. Inhaling back to the front. Hands come together. And then stepping forward. Inhaling hands all the way up. And exhale, swan diving down. Inhaling halfway lift. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog. Then move through your vinyasa. Coming to plank. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling back. And just finding some recovery in this down dog. The option is there for you to go into child's pose if you need as well. Bringing shoulders away from ears. Softening the face. Looking between the hands, we bend the knees. Inhale here. And exhale, finding our forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep the arms to the sky. And exhaling back down. Inhaling that right knee to chest. And we're going to exhale into our warrior three. We're finding that balance, aeroplaning the arms out and back. Nice deep breath here. Maybe lifting that right leg even more. Turning on that glute. Shoulder blades down the back. Maybe hinging a little bit more. And then you're going to exhale. Plant that foot back. Plant the heel down, getting ready for our warrior two. Bending into that left knee. Left knee going to the side so you can see your big toe. And inhaling, hands out wide. Just gonna step to the other side. Nice and strong. Feeling that heat build, the strength build. Inhaling, flipping that wrist, and exhaling that right hand back, left hand up. Breathing in to the side body. Looking up to the sky, opening up that chest to the sky a bit more. Then exhaling, waving it through. Finding our extended side angle. Nice deep breaths here. If you're looking for an extra challenge, rising that left arm up as well, framing the head. Trying to turn that chest a little bit more, looking up to the sky. And then you're going to exhale, finding your Trikonasana, straightening that front leg. Sending that right hand to the sky and the left arm down. Making sure that everything is in line. Shoulders in line with hips, so you may have to move your body a little bit more center line. And looking up to the right hand. Finding your breath here. I got to admit, the extra challenge for me has just been talking through these poses while doing them. Far out. Ooh. All right, bending into that left leg. Inhaling up to our reverse warrior. We're going to exhale that left hand down and behind you. Interlacing the fingers, really sending those knuckles down the floor, opening up the chest, and then exhaling forward, finding our humble warrior. Still that bend is in that left knee. Hands pointing to the sky, releasing the neck, the shoulders. One more breath here. Then exhaling the hands down. Inhaling, windmilling them up for warrior two. One more breath here. And then exhaling, stepping that right foot to meet the left. And finding your Tadasana. Inhaling the hands all the way up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And stepping back to your downward facing dog. And flowing through your vinyasa. So inhaling through to plank. Exhaling to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Finding your breath here. Really pressing those ankles into the mat. Looking between the hands, bending the knees. We inhale here. And exhale, jump to the top of the mat. Hanging in our forward fold. We inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. And exhale, down through our Tadasana. Standing nice and tall here at the top of our mat. I'll move to the other side again. Rolling the shoulders up, down and back. Planting the feet. Inhaling the hands all the way up. Exhale them through the center. We inhale that left knee up. And we're exhaling out to our warrior three. So aeroplaning the arms back. Lifting that left glute a little bit more. Turning on all the muscles in the back body. Navel to spine. Feeling nice and strong and expansive in every direction here. Maybe tilting a little bit more. Deep breath in. You're going to exhale, stepping it back. Nice and controlled. Bending into that right leg. Planting the left leg down. Nice edge planted on the mat. Making sure this right heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Bending into this knee. And looking at our right toe. Inhaling the hands nice and strong for our warrior two. So you're not leaning forward like this. You're nice and straight here. Feeling very strong in those legs. Feeling the heat burn. Tapping into your inner warrior, your strength, your resiliency here. Inhaling that right hand up and exhaling it back for peaceful warrior. Left hand finds the left leg. Nice deep breaths here. And exhaling it through, finding our extended side angle. One strong line of energy all the way up the left side of the body. Fingers pointed to the sky. Nice deep breath here. Again, if you're looking for that extra challenge, sending that right arm up, framing the head. Bending into that knee even more. Still tapping into our breath. And we're going to find our Trikonasana. So straightening that front leg, letting that right arm come down, left arm stays up. Making sure that everything is in line, like you're being squeezed between two panes of glass, one at the front, one at the back, holding you in. Pulling back with that right foot a little bit more, finding that inner thigh stretch. And bending into that right knee. And inhaling all the way back. Peaceful warrior. And then finding our warrior two. We're going to bring those hands behind the back again. Interlacing the fingers, sending the knuckles back, opening up the chest. Looking towards that front foot. Inhaling the chest up here. Then exhaling forward fold. Allowing the hands to come up a little bit more above your head. When ready, exhaling those hands down. And kneeling up for our warrior two. Breathing in here and exhaling, stepping to the top of the mat. Inhaling arms all the way up here. And exhaling down, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhaling to fold again. Now gently bringing the feet a little bit wider of the mat, setting ourselves up for our Malasana, or our Yogi squat. We inhale, circle sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, bending into the knees, sending the hips down. Maybe placing a bolster or a block or a pillow underneath the bottom, getting a little bit more support. And sitting up nice and straight. Elbows into knees, knees into elbows. Nice deep breath here. Maybe sinking back a little bit more. And you're going to place the hands on the mat. And we're just going to play with getting into crow. So we're not necessarily going to get into crow unless it's in your practice, go for it. But we'll just start here by just pressing the hands into the mat and leaning the knees on the elbows. And pressing back. Pressing forward. Maybe resting a little bit more weight on the elbows this time. Allowing the wrists to warm up a bit, feeling the pressure in them. And then exhaling back. One more time. Maybe lifting the bum a little bit more. Playing with getting on your hands. Maybe lifting the heels up off the ground. And then exhaling back. Now, if you like, you can go into your full crow. Otherwise, I'll just give you a little bit of an idea. So I like to bring my feet in a little bit more, placing the knees right behind the triceps, leaning gently forward, and then just taking one leg up, placing it down, left leg up, placing it down. Maybe just practicing here for a bit, getting used to lifting one leg then the other. Until you're ready to try and find your full crow. So finding a point in front of you, coming onto the tiptoes. I'll have to stop talking until you can lift your feet. Honestly, it's been a while for me as well, so that's kind of how we can practice getting into it. Just one leg then the other until you're ready to do both. Yes, even your yoga teacher falls. And if you can't fall in your yoga practice, when can you? So just getting a little bit of wrist movements in there. And then sitting back up when you're ready. Shaking out the hands again. And then coming back onto your hero's pose. If you managed to get your crow today, well done. I'm definitely going to be practicing after this video. Nice deep breath in and out. And inhale up onto the knees, placing your hands in your back pockets, rolling the shoulders down and back, and inhaling, finding a little bit of a back bend, opening up the chest, squeezing the glutes, then exhaling down, finding a rabbit, grabbing the backs of your heels, placing the head on the mat, lifting the spine, lifting the hips to the sky, and exhaling down. And inhaling back up. Coming back up onto your knees. Hands in your back pockets again. Inhaling here. If the back bend isn't for you, just staying where you are. Or maybe exhaling the hands down. Finding the feet. Releasing the head, pushing the hips forward. And when you're ready, inhaling back up. And exhaling, finding your rabbit. Curling over your legs. And inhaling the hips up. And gently coming back down. Sitting up nice and straight. And then making your way into a seated position. You're going to take the legs out wide. And then you're just going to lean forward and trying to grab the big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, pulling forward even more. If you're unable to grab your toes, just finding your shins, your thighs, wherever you might be today, but just trying to make sure that that back is straight. As you pull yourself forward, inhale here, and then exhale to release. Allowing everything to melt down. And then gently inhaling back up. Exhaling those feet together. Soles touch each other. And sitting up nice and tall. Grabbing the left toes with the peace fingers. We're going to inhale. Kicking that left foot out in front of us, holding it with our peace fingers. Sitting up nice and straight, just kicking that left leg out. There's a little part of me that really wants to go back and edit this video and do the crow perfectly. But I think it's important to show that nobody's perfect. Yoga isn't meant to be perfect. It is a practice. Some days you're going to get it and some days you won't. So just a reminder to you as well as to myself. Exhaling back down. And inhaling the right leg out. Keeping it nice and straight, sending that heel to the sky. And exhaling down. Now for the tricky part. Holding both the toes again, Yuan Hai, and inhale. And exhale, both feet out. So rocking onto your seats. And then sending both legs out. Pulling the chest forward. Sitting nice and tall. Finding the balance here. Turning that core on, sucking it in. And then exhaling back. Keeping the soles of the feet together, inhaling up nice and tall. And then exhaling, folding forward. Really sucking in that belly, carving it out. Allowing yourself to pull down even more. One more inhale here. And exhale, pulling your legs or your chest closer to your legs. Maybe dropping the head to the feet. And then inhaling up. Now wherever you're seated on your mat, we're going to find our half pigeon. So we're going to go with the right side first. So taking that right leg in front of us parallel, stepping that left foot back. Sitting up nice and tall for a half pigeon. Inhaling here. And then exhale, folding forward over that leg. This is quite a strong one, so if it's too intense, pulling this ankle a little bit closer to the thigh. If you want it stronger, sending it out straight. And if you feel like your hip is coming off ground too much, just sliding a pillow, a cushion, or a bolster under there. And then exhaling down, melting as much as you can to the mat. We're going to start lengthening our exhales. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4. Inviting space into the body. And exhaling for 6 as you release and melt even further into the mat. Just continue counting your breath here, your own pace. Allowing more and more tension to release out of the hips, the glute. Maybe incorporating that ocean's breath, our Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat. And just inhaling and exhaling, listening to the sounds of the waves of the ocean through our breath. One more inhale here. And exhale to release. Gently pushing into the palms. You're going to bring that left leg up so the shins parallel with the mat, finding our half deer pose. Sitting up nice and tall. And then you're going to turn to the right and just folding over those legs. Releasing down into a twist. Feeling a bit of a stretch in that left hip. Inhaling up. Walking back to the center and switching legs. So taking the left leg out in front, right leg long, setting up for our half pigeon. Inhaling, nice straight spine here. And exhaling, folding forward. Maybe taking this time here in this forward fold to introspect. Taking a look at your own ideals of perfection, your own expectations of yourself. We often have a different set of rules for ourselves as we do for others. Other people are allowed to make mistakes. Other people are allowed to be human. But we often have really high expectations of ourselves. Especially if you've got that perfectionist in you. So just taking a moment here to recognize your own struggles with perfectionism. Where can you let go in your life or expectations of yourself? Returning to our extended exhales or our ocean breath. Whichever one relaxes you more and melts you into the pose a little bit more. One more inhale here. Inviting space into those hips, that glute. And exhaling out, melting into the mat even more. And gently pressing into the palms. Inhaling up here. And exhaling around to the left. Finding that twist. And then exhaling, folding over. Oh, sorry, that's why I couldn't twist it. Bringing that right leg up, that shin parallel with the mat. There we go. Now twisting. And exhaling down. Now we know if you want to make this stronger, you can keep that leg straight out behind you. But definitely having that bend still gives you a nice stretch in that hip. Trying to melt all the way down onto the floor if you can. And gently pressing into the palms, inhaling back up. Exhaling round. Bringing the feet in front of you. Just going to gently roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing both knees into the chest. Drawing some big circles with the knees. And then the other way. Pulling that right leg into the chest. Giving it a nice big squeeze. And then exhaling, pulling it over to the left of the body. Taking the right hand out. Looking over the right hand, keeping both shoulders planted in the ground. And just draping the right knee across to the left. Exhaling to melt into the twist a little bit more. And inhaling back through center. And swapping legs. Right leg goes long, left leg comes in. Nice big squeeze and an inhale here. And then exhale, dropping it over to the right as you look over the left. Just finding a twist in that mid-body. Opening up the hips, the back. Look, inhale here. And exhale. Gently coming back through the center. Hugging both knees to the chest. Nice and tight. Maybe rocking side to side, massaging the back. And then exhaling out to your Savasana. Legs go wide, arms go wide. Closing down the eyes. And just resting here. Allowing the body to integrate everything we've done this morning in the practice. Taking nice deep breaths in all the way to the belly. And exhaling out. Allowing this moment of stillness, of calm, to wash over you. Knowing that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything. You can just simply be. In this moment, there are no expectations. You don't have to be perfect. You're simply allowed to exist and be exactly as you are. Taking one more breath all the way into the belly. And exhale, sigh it all out. Inhaling all the way in. Exhale, sigh it all out. One more time, inhaling all that good energy. Exhaling out. Bringing some gentle movement to your fingers and toes. giving them a light wiggle, and then rolling onto your left-hand side into the fetal position, hugging yourself here. Then when you're ready, pushing into your palms and sitting in a seated position. Spine nice and tall, eyes closed down, staying in the practice. We'll finish the practice by chanting Om and Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together. We'll take a deep inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently bowing our heads. Give thanks to yourselves for turning up today. Give thanks to each other for sharing in this space. And give thanks to your God, Mother Earth, Divinity, the universe, your own higher consciousness, whatever you want to call it, for guiding you and bringing you here safely. May you go forward knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Namaste.